Hello. Just start up. Let's see how it. Hello. Yeah, it's fine. Hello, everyone. We are once again back with Disco Elysium Part 8. Again, I'm not sure. Oh, hello. How you been? How's it going? As I was saying, it's been 2 days since the last time I played it. We were at in the tent. Good to hear, man. And we were gonna talk to these techno dudes. And I stopped because I thought it might take a while before to actually do this bit. So here we are. I fell asleep while watching the Man Up One stream. Dude, it was so boring. Okay. No. Again, it's... Fair enough. And of course, understandable. But again, man, you're there, you're not there, it's all fine. Anytime spent is appreciated. Again, man, no worries. Or is it just that soothing? Which is also possible. Racketeer disappear, surging through the megasphere.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
It was fun to watch, but I had a big day coming and now it's over. Was it any important? Well, big day. I mean, again, it's all good, man. No worries. Was it a good day then?
as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
He's gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Really? Scooter. Okay. You are the horseman.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do?
Skibbity skibberdanger. I understand. That's from Scooter. I forgot which. Maybe, how much is the fish? Maybe?
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
Today I had 8:15 to 15:50. Ah! A long one.
This is hardcore. Hardcore!
Still,
Hardcore to the mega.
say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Hang behind the still say nothing.
All car! All right! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
You mean just a regular school day, but a long school day? That's what we're talking about, right? That's the big day?
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the Phoebish. Obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops down this track, tilting his head to the side. Or is it always hardcore, maybe?
But is it? I mean, really?
Like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
So I guess they just scootered it up, eh? Okay.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Spike Shinoda.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
One moment.
my posse. Noid.
Just a second. It still makes me laugh. Sorry for disturbing you, man. You take care. It's perfect. You enjoy your day, man. So I just wanted to enjoy the laugh. Or share the laugh.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Whoa. No worries, have fun. Is that Chester? With hair? Black hair? Or brown hair? I know it's not. Oh, the other guy?
And Egghead.
These guys. Or this is Chester. When they animate them and stuff. Ay. The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music, and they're musicians, man.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you
We
organized?
have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted? Your friend Excel said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good.
Lincoln Elysium. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Or Disco Park. Enough. Histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads.
Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revershoal.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
Oh.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I won't stand for that any day. I'm gonna shake your head. Are they foreigners? But I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dopeheads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
What does that mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll make up my mind. I'll look into it. Tell me more. Get the task.
All right, man.
He claps his hand enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
Excel told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Be the cool cop, catch the case it flies towards you. Definitely.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
He shrugs. How can you be so sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
80, I'll do the first one. Not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
You locked them in, you... Of course you did.
Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are. I'm glad that key is out of my hands now.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You've seen it and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Water.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
We haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So I can be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen them.
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
What?
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I should add to it to my own repertoire, yeah.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
What's about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crap man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Ambush behavior, not crap man.
Crab man!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
Okay.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Check up to some snuff station.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Yo, what?
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
And how do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastics own the church. Who are these ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastes.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
What do you mean by meteor?
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
Meteora?
Meteo, a country, on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
If you're getting mask at Naomi, what is that? Where is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Well, that's very broad and...
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a club for anodic music in one of their churches? They sound like exactly the kind of who would want loud in their church. No, Andre.
Totally.
There's no trace of doubt in his voice. Okay.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
Unity! He turns up the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
What's a posse? I guess love can be hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
And I'm gonna set what you're talking about with it. What's a posse? No. Proceed. Language otherwise. It's about love. So is the Pericarnassian church. No, this is too much. No, say we don't want this level of.
Yeah! Yakokata, the place to be.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forwards her fist with the screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it,
But it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
I would ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And is this still two?
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Like, maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze.
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress.
Rub your chin. What's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out. It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
And that's how it goes. Yeah, we'll be here.
wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
I like brown. I like...
Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's Coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Why not send I'm not ashamed. Opt in.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Lloyd. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater in front of him. An open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gear. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
It's yellow circle. Excuse me, the guy is dead.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
Was there, is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Okay, what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death, or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
I think maybe the spine in that guy's still forgotten is also. I could be drugged out of his mind.
Or drunk. Or in a clinical coma. Or glad to be dead. But those versions suck.
I think it's not the subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
Why you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does that mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery.
What? Are those cops in there then?
Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
Oh, maybe the people that actually shot the other guy are in the church? What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural, so you think it's real? That it actually exists? Proceed.
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Okay, maybe I'll come back later. Okay, let's get out of here. A pole screwed into the ice kept the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Trash from some unending party. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours. So let's talk about the crab people.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
Can't say gotta ask questions first.
Shoot.
What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
But we still want to know.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Huh.
Like a crab, you say?
Lieutenant nods. His face is stone. What did this crab man look like? Well, it's probably completely dark.
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
You're go on. I don't believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
I'll let to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question, please. What do you mean you must know something about them?
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
To the cops. What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay, maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
That's it for now. Did I accidentally press the label, or did I just... Let's just... How the hell did I get here again then? Through here, of course. Just down here.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Let's try this again, try without ripping it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Let's do it where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Exactly. Open the padlock with the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Man, the sound of that is so good.
Let's go.
Lieutenant nods at you. Pull on the doors.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
A strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. We'll just walk. More of the fork lightning pattern you saw outside. Oh, the music is good. The bowl is full of water. A live wire runs directly into it. Could these wires work as a contact microphones?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow. If not blotted out, outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Most nothing. It's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Perception, sight. Let's just try it anyway. Ah. Too bad.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
Try to make out something. Anyhow. No.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
He follows your gaze, attempt to see whatever it is that you are seeing. What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Yo, what?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
I'll get back to you in just a bit. A spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. A cracked pane of glass. Colorful. Frost has strong floors on the glass, obscuring the view. Some pants. Oh, a silk scarf.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The crab man.
Say nothing, be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
The right place. What are you doing here?
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Tiago.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I don't know anything about alcohol use. A bit of a problem and it's been getting out of hand. Nope.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Wade. I could smell the control all the way over here.
You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through.
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
What do you think? What do you think we're gonna? What is this? No. This is. I don't even know what this is. That's all. We need to talk about Shafix property.
The only thing we need to talk about is how the mother can really help you, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Sorry, just not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
So I'm gonna all these figures look half finished.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crab man and a wood carver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
It's like I create a whole new me, start again from so used to be in the game, but you don't really remember. It sounds convenient. And it haunts me.
No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend your hand for a greeting.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
This is your scarf lying around here. Show him the red scarf you found.
I think it was a long time ago. I had to share it like a skin to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have it. I don't need it anymore.
The scarf looks pretty dapper, actually.
I still don't know what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Can you sing for me something?
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
Who is this mother of science you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Hassan. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Like faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I guess you have a point.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
All right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
So what do you think about a nightclub it is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
You've been there a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
His voice soundly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point at the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Miniature Inisa Fajita.
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who she is, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
He shrugs.
Or search through her radio computer.
Okay then, thanks. Oh, we walk into church. No running. Oh, money. How much money? 150. Beautiful. Oh, shoes. Oh. Those are also the shoes, I think, right? Blackbird's filled with complex equations. They look recent. Something to do with radio's frequencies. Portable Horman Bausch tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something?
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
It's morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You know of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery lying around.
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being. I'll look around. I guess I could have been here. I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
I know this is the mother of humanism.
It's a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
Reconstruct the cracked glass.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who was this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
This used to say afterlife, death after.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like that one better.
So do I.
Step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Turn away.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax.
Encyclopedia. Nope, we don't have enough. Someone siphoned electric current from outside into this antenna. We have get the crack. We have this.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, what is the strange thing with the machine?
A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Let me just investigate it. Step behind the computer.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
What is this? What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
You mean that glowing thing with that tape on it that said?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Lieutenant nods towards the echo. I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are paranoid.
How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk all day to people like you over a warm cup of tea.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do for you, Fortress Accident.
Fortress Accident sounds familiar.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCF produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
And what's that? This interact call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Thanks. When I finish with this call, press off.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
She says as her voice is put into a world of static.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Leave. Okay. And what is this here? To desk of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. Oh, this music is so good, so beautiful, serene.
Oh, hey, Wade. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard Vaita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
I just want to break into see what he has for a first-degree murder investigation and
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
life after life.
I
death.
think we're done here, Essay.
The figure crawls into the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Well, everything can be important depending on, you know.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Let's try this again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks when I finish with this call,
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
she says as her voice disappears into a world of static.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press
The
print.
printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this lock might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait, narcotics, look around the derelict building.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
He looks at the stained glass window.
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artist, programmers, Lexi, who are all these people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the sixth entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right toward the silence. Read the seventh entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripple.
Read the eighth entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing Excel.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Excel. Read the ninth entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Soon at the programmer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares off. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCN, you see.
We're here on a site representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. I didn't break it, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
This must be something you worry about him at all.
No. You're right. I'm not.
Her voice trails off as she bends over to tinker with the machine's printer. Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Well, as for the reception, what are you doing with your... This one is...
I'm working.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
Wait, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
How do you feel? What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of music in her tired eyes. Complaints from you're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says ready to stand her ground. What research? Oh!
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
What?
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the whole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbing the conversation, waiting for your answer. That is very interesting.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
I cannot even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist. Just want to solve so I can go home.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
That's all I want to know about this scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about Enoch? Anodic dance music.
What? I hate it.
Just disco. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center. I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for Enoch. It's their dream. A youth center would be nice.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Okay, I'll let you work. Really? Okay. Then what are they doing? What do they want? They tricked us, man. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Wrong way. At that phone, the smash receiver like someone hung up too hard. And must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. This is getting interesting, but it's just so tiring.
Hello again.
Nothing. Teeth clattering.
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
Come later.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Say player in a large Boidero boots, a long-shaped tree sprout on a silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibber-dee, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do?
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Okay, Spike Shinoda. Maybe everything is worked. We'll take a moment to analyze.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Really, because I could swear something's not adding up here.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
He seemed good to be very spiritual. No?
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Something going on, I think. Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
Actually, you told me you wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn. Yeah.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
No, she's in the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
The stuffy tent muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress.
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
I'm not feeling it.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She didn't like the another dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, honour man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not really truly despise.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Yeah, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Nothing jumps out to you.
Oh my
Nothing
god.
out of the ordinary.
Someone said they haven't been honest with me.
Haven't they? Or maybe it's that mean programmer herself who's been lying to you.
That's possible.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Whoops.
Goodbye, officer.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Goodbye.
Oh man, oh man. Let's talk to you again.
Hello again.
Nope. Get back to the church. Lots and lots of back and forth. Not even sure if this is necessary or not, but you never know.
Yes, what is it?
What if I didn't have to leave? I tell you that he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
He wants to make anything work.
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Alright, got your message.
Good.
Let's cooperate with the Ravers.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen about your research. You mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
What is an offset copy? Why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory. just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points at a glowing cube inside the machine.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Sure, yeah.
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored.
How do you know?
We clear?
She says with pleading, furious eyes.
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
By your old workspace, do you mean the studio forged accident in the doomed commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Oh. For a minute.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
And where exactly is the offsite copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offsite copy from the ice bear.
Why can't you go and get the filament yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Don't be too harsh.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Rame Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
Alright, I'll go look for the offsite copy.
Thanks.
Then she thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar.
And here's my Falsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Falsund.
Hey!
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund. The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
Except about the offsite copy. Yeah?
Yes? Thanks.
Alright. So wait, can I... Is there a way to... Empathy... Oof. No, we like this one better because it actually gives us a... And we'll put on... Oh, it makes us look really weird. That outfit is just horrible. Okay. A bit dry. And what is the... Never mind, okay. Is there any way for me to quick travel or something? Oh, wait a minute. Movement. Maybe outside. Oh, what am I doing? Of course. No. Interact. Map of Martinez.
worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Tools.
The worn map features
Okay. So I can't. Didn't she say you can quick travel? Or am I just... Can I go through here? Can I go from the other side? Oh. Okay. Let's get that then. Need to crash every MC and Rebel Shoal, hopefully. Oh, dude. What are these doing? It's a school of fish swimming in the kelp.
Hi, officer.
Owen Raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword and a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
Question, what is your name?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
The wind rattles her earrings. I have questions. The first, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
Isn't that what it's imposing?
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Can I borrow the sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check would put me in an early grave.
Why not more of an armed so if it's so effective?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder. Coach means the expression.
Behold. Her eyes meet yours and suddenly she started laughing. It's hoarse as if she hasn't laughed in a while.
Not bad.
Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
So are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Sounds like I'm missing. Gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Say no more, oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. A bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it?
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
You should glance at the village where two little kids are playing with what look like rocks.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Idiot over there needs his jacket. Have you seen it?
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core.
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
Stranger in need.
How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business.
A phenomenon that the spectral hand theory of the market fails to account for.
If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
I was asked to get your signature.
Were you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Everard's plan to turn some of the village into a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
Her voice trails off.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Thought what exactly?
That Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
Here, use my pen. Give her your pen.
He has a pen and everything.
She takes it from you, a doubtful look in her eyes, clicks it, and places it on the paper.
Here you go.
Wait, why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
I mean, it's probably... no, it's a youth center. Why shouldn't you?
Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. If it's a bad idea, she won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me.
Sound logic. Division of labor. She leaves the skepticism to the skeptic. Sounds like Isabel is the leader around here.
Look for someone maybe you can help.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Looking for missing cryptozoologist.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
Or hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Haven't heard about those.
Two old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Wait, the like?
Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men, burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Where'd they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
A working class husband.
Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle class ones either. Could do with some landed gentry, but apparently they don't make those anymore.
The husband isn't for me. I'm looking for him. For his wife.
Wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working class husband. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help you.
That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
What do you do around there? Points at, what do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Yes.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very romantic.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
I need to know about those human bodies, a mine. Point to yourself. I need to know about these human bodies.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
Yeah, maybe steer clear of the things reminded her of the floater she used to be married to. Just saying.
She needs to another me.
Oh yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
Let's connect.
Alcohol? Connect? I'm not sure I'm following you.
Get hammered with me.
That's a good impression. You really cracked me up, officer. Now, how can I help you?
She doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later.
There's a motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I don't know.
I think I might.
Lieutenant mumbles under his breath.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
This one, I'm actually in the middle of a murder investigation right now.
Police business. I understand. Anything I can help you with?
So I take it that's your skiff.
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Be seeing you. The boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Sounds of life in the north. A wash scrub filth from fabric. Shot couldn't have come from here. Trees blocked the way. Did we come from here? Yeah, we did, okay. All cool.
The afternoon sun shimmers off the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to?
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kinema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
Machinery that puts look back in motion. Very cool.
You want to take a closer look?
Hand over a smooth metal surface.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
Well, with a winch and mud tire, we could take it off the beaten path, Kim.
Anything else?
Okay. Never mind. So many distractions, so many things. Okay, let's go. In the refrigerator. Blocked by old and debris. The remains of a 24 window repair shop.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Got it. Well, set in the dark, stuffed and mounted. A large demogen full of strange liquid. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color.
A dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Another radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Press play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Internet notes, observing the machine, press print.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens. Something's missing.
Leave.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes too, sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
And scroll out across notebook developer of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Where were the clothes it used to display? Take all money. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. Take all. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Skis with Slipstream print on the laminated top layer. Production schedule. Is this Emma's atelier?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Vulcan.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Let's move on to the Vulcan.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. The grand scheme of production and money.
Keep reading what happened.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
Lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Leave, man. So much. Boy keys. Oops. No. What do you want?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Countertones program.
No, that's not it. I think...
Takes a step back, steepling his hands.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. And by these people, I mean people in Sona's radio game company, Fortress Accident.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Anything happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
And this was a roleplay.
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The Tentils had thinking... As if they thought they could do this.
Yes, especially in here.
Lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howled and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Photo. Ooh.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? This must be the giant ice bear fridge that Suna mentioned. Look inside.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
I can't see the offside copy anywhere.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
Take the
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Lieutenant reaches one of the wrappers he studies at one in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
Lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Close the door, leave. Or maybe that's why it's the curse. It's gonna make it too fast and unplugged. Gas shadow, there's a hidden doorway here. Ooh. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Shine like an hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do. Looks inside.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifle skin.
Are these any good?
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice. Take the rifle.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, breech loaders, still lying around in Martinez. This could prove useful in our case against Ruby for Titus. Men are easily swayed by the sight of a rifle.
He likes this find.
Frozen ice cream maker that's still running.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Unplug the red giant cable.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Unplug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I plugged the eye thing in. It's black. So like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Leave. Maybe that's the financial ruin. Or in the breaker box. Insane mesh tank top. Oh, what's this? Oh.
An old callbox. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the...
Okay. Anything else was here? The wall collapses, inaccessible now. What's
A
this?
thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
How's the Elysium? I don't know. A lot. Too much dialogue, storytelling.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
How you doing, by the way? Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
Doing good, how about you? Doing great, just tired from this game. It's just making me tired, not that I'm bored of the game, just lots of text. Maybe it's hear the murder of the hangman. I'm not sure. I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? You should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Yell hello into the furnace.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
I will get bored very easily, but that's fine. That's why I'm here, right? Playing a game.
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
It's the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Okay. There's nothing in the fridge. Empty. Nothing there. Oh, there's more cheese, man. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Scarlet Delta. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Again, this has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Hello. I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
You must have come here. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Hold on, what do you buy? Milieu?
Yes, a melee is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one.
Oh,
That's why I have these.
that's why she bats headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
What?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
The voice acting is a bit... Yeah. Not really. I was looking for something... I need to ask some questions.
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stopped to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
I think you can do it pretty fast, but it can also take a real long time if you know what you're doing. I think, from what I saw, if you play leisurely, around 37 hours. But I think you can take as long as you can. But I think there are like 10 in-game days, and we are in day 3. As in, the 10th day is the last day you can actually play to solve it or not, I think. But you can finish it earlier. I think if you know what you're doing.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
Let me check it again. How long to beat? How long to beat? Disco. Yeah. So, okay, so here it is. So, main story, 37 hours and leisure, 16 rushed, 23 median, and 24 average. Main plus extra is 73. Completion is 70. And all playstyles 73. So 37 hours leisurely. So I mean, yeah, for a couple of bucks. I mean, but then it is indeed a lot of story.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Nice.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Did you know people call the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
How do you explain? What's wrong with...
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's committed a place of sworn malicious energy.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow?
His own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Doesn't look real like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table, all kinds of tools later scattered. From knives to carving, files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
There are many, I guess it's a so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
There's no curse, only and market.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
Usually you are correct.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
If she's a dice maker and this game is ruled by dice roll, is she god of something? That's a good question, man. This is kind of interesting they put this into the game. It's possible. Why hasn't the business failed?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
This is still a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
She asked as the wind continues to seep in through the cracks in the old chimney. It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10. This
Whoa.
doesn't make any sense.
Sorry. No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumized into the new venture. It's through and swallowed up, yet it's has a different address to the heart of the city. There used to be the coal plant. You're in a chimney of another building. Sorry about that, accidentally clicked twice.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
It's when you probably haven't properly sealed the chimney point above.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
So workplace to pretend you should still do something to defend your person.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
She raised her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining on her index finger. A regular piece of jewelry. Okay, yeah, I can't tell you. Your lucky charm, some kind of award.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
I don't know what to say. It's entropy.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world.
She picks up a pair of dice from the table and examines them under the light.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
She gives you a tired smile. Well, who cares? Okay, that was weird, but okay. I think you might be correct about she being some all-powerful being, or she's maybe one of the creators of the game. Is that maybe a thing? Okay, let's talk to her.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nea, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress. Or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
There are still leads we followed. The strange. There's another entity. This one.
Wait, what? The entire economic system is cursed?
This is a lot for her to pass.
Possibly cleanse of. It's true we live in a precarious world. I think to get used to what it was. I found the source. Don't forget about economy thing.
Precarious world? Economy?
She looks down at the pen in her trembling hands.
I understand what's going on here. You went in there, rummaged around, and accomplished nothing. And now you're telling me these intellectual things to cover up for it.
Exactly.
It's okay. You don't have to. I was wrong to trust another person. I will manage this psychic calamity as I always have. Alone. On my own.
As she has to, every day.
Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
She concludes, tucking the pen away in her blouse.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Yes, we will. Oh. What was more interesting about fascists was their magic. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we got that. Let's talk to the little miss.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, bye. Actually,
Right. What about him?
She gives you a short nod before returning to her books.
well, we did find your husband, but apparently you don't. Not necessary. Okay, let's go back to the church. Anything else here? I don't remember. Probably not. Oh, maybe it's here down here again. Oh no, not right there, maybe. The shortcut. Nope. Oh. Seems the walker was either confused or drunk out of his mind. Drunk out of his mind, because we know it's you. Why am I still?
Yes, what is it?
You asked me to bring.
Yes?
Show her production schedule.
No. That's the production schedule. I don't need it. The right filament memory has offside copy written on silver tape. Thanks.
But there wasn't anything there, right? Upstairs to the. Well, okay. Maybe go to the chimney again, or the. Take the money. Start with whoever planned this to build this house left in a hurry. Ooh. Nothing. It's also confusing, man. Here. Can I go even further upstairs or something? Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, how do we get further upstairs? Let's try this thing one more time.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Oh, insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
It's Megan. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Let's try the password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Press print.
With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about capital, I want to know about money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Riyal, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Riyal, with only half of the game finished.
400,000 Riyal? Yo. These guys knew how to party.
Gosh, where'd they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people. The bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon.
Are they talking about their own development team or something?
Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait, why did the radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
Did they need so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists?
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
So they were done by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
What?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
Of course, man. Thanks for dropping by. You have a good night, good day. Some say shit. Who were these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Are you planning on doing something? If you're not, I will be doing some sparking in a bit. How bad could it be? Yo! This amount of... That's a lot of calculations. Jeez. Alright, I might catch you then. Okay, maybe. Again, have a good night if we don't. Yo, what? Keep going.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
Dude, what? Keep going.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you. Okay, so that's what did it, and that's it.
And that's it.
Okay, so that's what did them in. Holy smokes, man.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
The what now?
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Igaunian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Well, they lost the whole game and wouldn't even pay for it?
Always read the terms of service. And let's face it, they didn't have any money left for illegal action.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye.
Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Tear out the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Move to production.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Leave. So we didn't get the thing yet, really? Well, let me talk to this one more time.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Looks like it. Looks like an old century. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
This means your cheeks are black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
Don't wipe it.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
Because when it's dark place and I need the protection of my war paint I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this protects you?
That's all that matters.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter.
What are you doing?
I think I can hear my murder tankman talking.
Wait, really? What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
But how do we get upstairs then? That's the whole... how do I... How do I get upstairs? Just not through here, I guess. Okay, so... Or is she the one that I was talking to? I guess she must be.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Well, I guess... that must be it. I don't see anything else. got something with the... Maybe let's check here.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Yeah, okay, let's...
Shelves filled to the...
Leave.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Great, I don't need to know
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Yeah, nope. So wait, do I... From the giant it comes Mark. So I don't have it. I got a postcard.
Hello again, esteemed.
Nope. Well, I got the... Well, I read the print thingy, but is that really what I need? I'm getting the feeling I still don't have the proper information. I'm just gonna check the church one more time, and I'm gonna... If it doesn't work, I'll come back next time. Supposed to be log. Maybe ask this guy.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Oh, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it. Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Oh man. I guess not. Maybe it's in that locked door thingy. Not sure. I'll just check it out. Where I broke that beautiful thing in two. Where was it? put it behind that very specifically sealed door. What is this?
An old door, worn by elements.
Nope. Okay. Okay, just to tell her we couldn't find it because it's lost. Somebody took it. Then who took it? The Forza was looking for. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, maybe it's the correct information. Still.
Yes, what is it? Yes? No. That's the production schedule. I don't need it. The right filament memory has off-site. Thanks.
Well, then where is it? Oh man. Maybe it's here. They ripped that to shreds. It flows through the wires with audible power. Oh, is this the code?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Yeah, this one.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
Makeshift roof. Regulars have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. Tarp will keep neither rain nor wind. Coin operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. Regulars have recently tarped. Well, let's give the guy his thingy back, and then I think we'll call it quits after that. And I gotta find some way to get that. Where was it? Maybe you need something else. Whatever. This place is still pretty big, man. Okay, let's go in circles, okay? Ah, that was on the other side. Of course. Money. Was it here? Don't think so. Yeah, somewhere here, I think. No. Ah, there it is.
Tequila Sunset.
I found jackets.
Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man.
Give him the jacket.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
What do you say it left outside for a week?
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards. Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
Yeah, answer to you.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
Okay. Are you so?
Danko. Danko.
I wake up.
There's no waking him from his stupor. His mind is elsewhere.
Well, I guess we'll call it here. I'll see where I have to go next time. Again, I'm not really sure. Since, well, the filament apparently wasn't in the bear fridge. And I don't know where to find it. Maybe I'll have to ask Evrard, maybe, huh? In that case, actually, let me see if I can get the autograph of the other lady. Glory says the graffito to the ghost of us. I wouldn't know where to find her. Broken fence and the barbed wire. Well, I'm not surprised. Oh, there we go. Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. No entry, someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Oh, of course, here. Oh man. This is a bit too much. So where do I find this other lady then? Okay. At least here. Maybe. Well, definitely not here. Oh, are you the one? Woman next to a bucket of clothes hums and not melody, her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
If you can't see, how did you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come.
She beckons you toward her, lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
We can't take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I'm an ill omen, all right.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid.
What?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah. No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Call me Harry.
Why, I guess I will, Harry. Aye, it just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad, but dumb as a rock.
What happened to him?
He did too many narcotics. So many, he fell off his boat and split his skull on a buoy. Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty.
I was asked to get your signature.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Era wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers.
What do you have against the union?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never plan to keep.
She pulls a dark red rag out of the bucket and puts it back.
Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
She is headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there. You may be able to convince her. It's really in her best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
Perhaps something else will change your mind. Well, this place needs that construction project.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood. Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick.
I could have asked Var to pay you more some money.
Were you dropped on the head as a kid? You can't live off a pittance for long. Do you know who takes the cream off these deals? Real estate developers, construction companies, restaurant owners, Claire's accountants in La Delta. Have some integrity. You're an officer of the law, not some fat slug's corrupt little crony.
It's okay. She's emotional right now. Keep at it. Wear her out. You know, there could be another way. You'll need to go someplace private and discreet, though. Your room in Whirling would do.
Okay, never mind. Well, I think that's it for... It's locked tight. Is the window open? You can't see from this angle. Okay. I think we're gonna call it here. I think I had enough running around for 3 hours. Oh, save the game before I forget. Anyway, thank you for the time. I will be doing some Dragon Ball in a bit if anybody's interested. If not, I'll see you guys later. If not, have a good day. Thanks for the time. Bye bye.